God damn it, YouTube, I fucking hate Fallout 76. How dare Bethesda not build a game specifically for me and exactly what I want from a Fallout game? How dare they not think of me alone, just me, not the millions of people who play their games? Now, normally the I hate videos are my rant videos. I start them out with, God damn it, YouTube, I fucking hate blank. We roll the intro, and then we can proceed to rant for however fucking long. And we're doing that with this video, but it's not about Fallout 76. It's actually about all the hate surrounding Fallout 76. Now, initially when Bethesda teased this game, there's a lot of rumors popping up that it was going to be multiplayer. It was going to be a Rust clone, some sort of survival game. It was rumored to be a multiplayer Fallout, and people were upset. They didn't want a multiplayer Fallout. E3 rolls around, and Todd Howard confirms that, yes, it is a multiplayer game.
But there is one big difference with this game. It's that each of those characters is a real person.
And look, as mad as a lot of you might be out there about a multiplayer-only Fallout, online-only Fallout, there's still a lot of people out there that want to play this game. Like you guys out there that are upset over Fallout 76, you're actually in the minority on this. I know you guys like to think that the community's with you on it. It's just not the case. For our first example, we're going to look back at E3 again when Todd Howard reveals that this is a multiplayer Fallout.
It's that each of those characters is a real person.
Now, obviously, this isn't getting a standing ovation. Not every single person is clapping and cheering, but it sounds like everybody's positive. Now, as another example, let's look at EA revealing Battlefield 5 Battle Royale.
You'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale. It's...
Notice the sound of indifference and shock and people that don't know what the hell to think about a Battle Royale mode within Battlefield. That is the sound of a community not liking an idea. That's just one mode within a game that people are like shocked and awed at and almost booing. And you're talking about a Fallout game that's entirely online, entirely multiplayer, and it still got cheered. Moving on to some other examples, let's look at some trailers really quick. So right here we have the trailer for Fallout 76 that we got at E3. Now, the views are 21 million, and the like ratio is overly positive. You know, getting kind of close to 10 times the dislikes. Now, of course, this trailer does not show us that it is a multiplayer game, but the point is, if people were upset, they'd come back to this and dislike bomb it. 21 million views, there's a lot of room for dislikes, yet it's still overly positive. We can also take a look at the full E3 showcase on Bethesda's channel, which only has 53,000 views, but again, the like ratio is very positive, more than 10 times the dislikes. And of course, the full E3 showcase is where Todd Howard would have announced, hey guys, this is a multiplayer Fallout, yet the likes are all positive. Another quick one, the Jeff Keighley interview with Todd Howard. This is where Todd Howard said that even if you're playing by yourself, there are other players running around the world with you. There is no offline mode. A statement that pissed off a lot of people. Again, the likes show that people don't really care. Now, these are just a handful of videos about Fallout 76, but again, these tell us what the community thinks. If a lot of people were pissed off at the information being shown to them in these videos, the videos would be dislike bomb. People aren't as upset as you guys seem to think that they are. We can look at a prime example of when a community does not like a new game in their franchise, and you might know what this is before I even bring it up. Good old Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. This is what it looks like when a community doesn't like a new game in your franchise. Now, obviously, Infinite Warfare is an extreme example, probably the most extreme example, but we could look at other games too. We could look at the Battlefield 5 reveal trailer. That thing has over like 100,000 more dislikes than likes. For whatever reason people are upset with Battlefield 5, it has a negative like ratio. Going back to the Call of Duty series, you can look at any trailer from Black Ops 4 and it has a positive like ratio. Not a lot of people wanted another Black Ops game. Positive like ratio. Now, a lot of people wanted a kind of futuristic Call of Duty again. It's set between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. Futuristic, still positive like ratio. There is a Battle Royale mode. You look at the Battle Royale trailer, the Battle Royale reveal, positive like ratio. They're bringing back Specialists. Not a lot of people like Specialists from Black Ops 3. I personally did like them. Positive like ratios. That's like 4 different ways to hate on Black Ops 4, yet you can't get a negative dislike ratio in that game. These are just social media numbers, these are just likes and dislikes, but this is how the community can voice their opinion when there is a game they don't like. Now, I bring up Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty for more than just the trailer and social media numbers. Back whenever that game got revealed and people didn't like it, there was a lot of YouTubers, a lot of big YouTubers who opted out of covering Call of Duty videos for that year. These are Call of Duty channels. Their job is to talk about Call of Duty, and they specifically made it their mission to take less money, to earn less money for that year so they didn't have to cover that game. That's when a community doesn't like a game. You can look at any big Fallout channel, and there's not one of them that isn't talking about this game. There's not one of them that is going to opt out of this game for the next year or two or whatever the case. They are all going to make videos about this game. They're all going to talk about it because they are all excited. What I don't understand really is all these people that are upset over multiplayer Fallout haven't really given us a lot of reasons outside of the fact that they just don't like multiplayer games. A few of the examples of people upset over this game that I've gotten is one person commented on one of my videos talking about there's not going to be a main quest line. Yeah, there is. We've known that. We've known that for a long time now, that there is actually a main story to this game. Now, we don't know how lengthy that is, how in-depth that story is, or whatever the case, but there is a main story to this. It's not just multiplayer battle royale or some bullshit. There's also side quests, of course, like any standard Fallout game, and there's going to be like daily events and things to do because it is a multiplayer game. A lot of people were concerned about griefers in this game, which is kind of weird to me because why would you be worried about griefers if you don't like the game, you don't plan on getting the game, you don't have to deal with the damn griefers. But anyways, according to Pete Hines, it looks like you don't have to worry about that. Like somebody can't just run around the map and kill you as much as they want to, is what he says. We don't know what this means exactly. We don't have 100% clarification, but from everything we've seen here recently, it seems like you can't just run around killing each other all the time. People love their role-playing in the Fallout games. This is literally the best potential for role-playing in any Fallout game. I could build my character entirely to just be a trader. I can make my crafting really high level, craft really badass things, make my cooking really good, cook some really good food, and then run around the map selling that to players, making a shit ton of bottle caps. I could be a healer. In my group of friends, if we're playing, I could be the guy that heals us, so I focus on making my medic stuff really good, be able to heal really good for everybody. I can make my guy really good at combat. I can be the slayer in our group. I can make my dude a tank, make my defenses really high. High level armor, make sure I can take a lot of damage, a lot of rads. Or if we can be raiders somehow, they've talked about that a lot, don't know how that's going to work, I could be a raider. Like, this shit has the best potential for role-playing out of any of the Fallout games, and people still find a way to bitch. I mentioned in one of my kind of previous, earlier Fallout 76 videos that settlements are back, and a lot of people didn't like the settlements, and a lot of people freak out. Like, what are you talking about? Settlements was the best part of Fallout 4. Well, guess what, guys? You have your settlements back, and it's even more important than it was in Fallout 4. This game is pretty much just settlements. It's settlements the game where you can kill each other. We also have the biggest Fallout map to date. This map is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. Now, I don't know how dense the map's going to be, obviously, but the map that the community has pieced together, which is fucking awesome, looks like there is quite a bit to explore. And probably the biggest takeaway from this is that we just have a new Fallout game, man. Like, I don't get it. This is, we didn't know we'd be getting a new Fallout game so soon. I mentioned this in a previous video, and somebody commented saying, just because we have a new Fallout doesn't mean we should be excited for it. Well, I am excited for it. I want more Fallout. I would play an annual Fallout series. It probably wouldn't be that good, but I'd play it. You don't like multiplayer games? Well, good. You can play by yourself with this game. If people can't kill you anytime they want to, then you have nothing to complain about at this point. If you have shitty internet or no internet at all, that's an entirely different problem. Also, how are you watching this? If I can use a personal example really quick, there's a time when it was just me and my friends living together. I was the only one with the game system. We were all playing Fallout 3. We all took turns, had separate profiles, and we'd all do different things. They'd explore parts of the map I'd never been to. They'd do quests I never did. They'd end quests differently. We'd have all these different stories to tell, and we'd always be super excited to tell each other these things. And we always used to talk about how cool it'd be if we could game together. Like, it'd be cool if we could all play Fallout together. How cool it'd be to explore the wasteland. And that is now possible. This is something I've been looking forward to for like half a decade or so now. Like, this is something I've been wanting for quite a while, and it's actually possible, and I'm pretty damn excited. If we want to recap really quickly what we just discussed, there is a main questline for this game. There's the possibility of no griefing. There is potential for this to be the best role-playing Fallout so far. Settlements are back if that is your jam. The biggest Fallout map so far. In general, just a brand new Fallout game to play. PvP, if that's something you're into. We didn't really talk about that specifically, but again, it's there if you want it. And then, of course, the option to opt out of multiplayer entirely and play the game solo. Look, this video isn't meant to attempt to change your mind. If you don't like a multiplayer Fallout, hell, if you don't like multiplayer games in general, there's really nothing I could do to change your mind, even if I was trying. But I did want to make a video highlighting a lot of the potential this game has, and there's stuff we didn't even talk about. We didn't even talk about the potential of new weapons and armors, all of the new enemies coming to the game that look pretty goddamn awesome. Like I was talking about earlier, the people who said like they don't like this game, nobody wants this game, hashtag not my Fallout, you guys are in the minority on this. You guys are pretty much alone. You are a small group of people. This game is going to do very well. It's going to sell well. There's going to be a lot of players. Pretty much every YouTuber that you already watch for your Fallout Bethesda content will be making videos and talking about this, so you just kind of got to get used to it. And look, if you're not interested in a new Fallout game, you can still play the old games. We're not getting a Fallout 5 till sometime after Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. We have a very, very long time until the next mainline Fallout game. So if you don't like Fallout 76, well, I don't know. You can play New Vegas again. Whew, so as far as my rant videos go, this one wasn't too bad. There's usually a lot more swear words. I'm usually getting heated. This time it was more like factual. We're just kind of talking and discussing things. This video's been long enough, so let me know your thoughts below as usual, my dudes. If you went on to enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @TheDashingDavid. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.